Oh, okay, chat. We're watching this one. This one's nice. This one's real nice.
Hello, hi everyone. Welcome back to Woo Can Cook. My name is Wesley, and this is a show where we are slowly cooking our way through all of the food from my childhood. Today we're diving back into our series dedicated to Korean comfort food classics with a shot at one
Nori
of my
isn't the
absolute
brand, it's
favorite
literally just the
dishes
name
to
of the
throw
seaweed.
together at
It's like the type of
Thanksgiving,
seaweed you can
which
find.
is the Korean kimchi pancake or
Nori.
kimchijeon.
I mean, hold on. I'll type that out for you.
For those unfamiliar, kimchijeon is a Korean battered savory pancake that you'll commonly find in these small bites.
Fuck with some kimchi, yes please.
Hell
yeah.
Restaurants, particularly because it can be sliced up and eaten right off of the shared plate.
Yeah, this is a recipe for a deep fried kimchi pancake, and I am here for this.
But the kimchi
I'm here for
version that
this.
we're making today is my personal favorite because it is essentially.
If you like
made
kimchi,
from
I think you're gonna
lentils.
really like this recipe.
This makes it an excellent option for late night 2 a.m. drunk meals, last minute appetizers, or really every time that you have ever been.
Oh,
cooking a
kimchi's
meal
great,
and
gamer guy.
realized that
Absolutely,
there's
yeah.
Definitely not enough food for everyone.
Kimchi's so
Most
good.
traditionally, a kimchijeon would be pan-fried.
I'm doing Korean comfort food meal prep in a few weeks. Tteokbokki, corn cheese, and kimbap. Oh! That sounds so good, Bird Portland. Holy shit, yeah! That sounds amazing!
Here is not too dissimilar to that of a Chinese egg foo young, which, as some of you may recall, we did a recipe for a little while
I want to make
back
kimchi
and
from
discovered
scratch
that it
too.
works
Ooh,
really
that's a
well
big
when
undertaking.
deep-fried, because
But the
the
flavor's
presence
gotta
of
be
egg in
amazing
its
once that's
batter
ready
causes
for
the
that.
pancakes
Yeah.
to puff up pretty gloriously, which we will absolutely be experimenting with today as well. Okay, so let's get into it.
So I actually want to give this. I kind of want to really give this recipe a shot, cause I know how to do like little pancakes like this, like pan fried. I've never seen this one deep fried before.
Alright, so kicking things off here first, we're starting out with the veggies in our kimchi pancake today. This is gonna be 4 cloves of crushed and
Made a quick kimchi that's pretty good. Use it for fried rice. Did its job. Nice.
Ginger.
That's another
Next up
recipe I
is
want to try out for myself at some point. Wesley has done a really nice recipe for for bacon kimchi fried rice. That is definitely another recipe of his I want to try.
Rounding out my veggies today are going to be 3 green onions that I'm also removing the root end from and slicing up into planks. Then I'm setting this all aside for a moment while we dive into our batter next. Okay, so if you're feeling lazy or drunk at 2 a.m., you can absolutely literally just dump all of this into a bowl and it will still probably work.
Lazy or
okay.
drunk at 2 a.m.
For our purposes today, though, as with pretty much any time that we're working with batters,
that's going to be me at MagFest. Drunk at 2 a.m., 100% going to be me at MagFest. Jesus Christ.
This is going to help prevent any lumps from forming in the batter since it will be a little bit easier to whisk. First up here is a single egg that I'm whisking up with a fork, followed by 4 tablespoons or a 1/4 cup of Korean chili paste or gochujang.
That's a lot of gochujang, man. Holy cow.
Out my wet ingredients here is going to be a single cup of cold water plus about a 1/4 cup of kimchi brine, or in other words, the liquid that the kimchi is.
Yes, kimchi brine. Oh,
fishy umami goodness.
Delicious. Delicious.
Depending on the age of your kimchi, plus, I mean, if you have used your kimchi brine for other things already too, I guess, you may or may not be able to squeeze this much brine out of your kimchi jar. So, failing this, you can also just skip this step and that gochujang will carry the umami torch for you just fine as well.
That's true, yeah. How to wake up at 2 a.m.
Very thorough mix to combine until that gochujang has broken down and we're left with this nice smooth liquid here. Then finally, we're adding in a single cup.
The whisking is not sped up, he's just that fast.
Be thorough and actually use a whisk here because, as anyone that has ever eaten a lumpy pancake will tell you, lumps in your batter are just the worst. Finally,
it reminds me of when I was doing an externship for culinary school. The restaurant I was working at, I'm pretty sure this is universal, how most restaurants treat their externs. They make you make whipped cream by hand. They don't make you use the stand mixer at all. God almighty, my arms are fucking tired after that. Jesus. Because you literally need to do it by hand. It's just like, oh my lord. My arm was so fucking stiff after that, dude. Jesus.
Veggies to the batter. Here's my green onion, sweet white onion, garlic, ginger, and of course, last but not least, a single cup of kimchi going in. We're mixing this all up to combine, then setting it aside for a moment while we put together our dipping sauce next. Okay, so for the lazy folks out there, since I did after all promise a meal that you can throw together at 2 in the morning, you can absolutely skip this step and just eat this dish with soy sauce.
Yeah.
But I personally think that a kimchi pancake pairs best with a slightly sweeter and brighter dipping sauce than what you would otherwise get with plain old soy sauce.
That's true.
So, going into my mixing bowl here
always
first,
down for new additions.
A 1/4 cup of soy sauce, followed by 2 tablespoons of brown sugar for some sweetness.
Okay.
Then next, if you are able to, this should be 2 tablespoons of kimchi brine for some brightness and acidity. If you're like me though, and there's just no brine left in your jar,
rice
I'm gonna
vinegar.
go ahead
Yeah, that
and
works.
use some rice vinegar here instead, which will absolutely work just fine.
I had to make meringue once by hand for school. Oh no!
Of sambal olet for a tiny.
Oh no, Bird, that's not good. Oh my lord. Fucking never again. Marie Antoinette's pastry chefs have my mad respect. I will never do that again. I cannot imagine making meringue by hand. Good God. How tired were you after that? I cannot imagine. That is a level of physical exertion that I do not wish on anybody. My God.
Tiny bit of heat to our sauce, followed finally by a tablespoon of sesame seeds to finish this all off.
Ooh.
I'm mixing this all up to combine, and we're heading over to the stove. Over on the stove, I've got my fryer heating up at 350 degrees F. Then, as promised, we're gonna take a page out of our egg fouillon recipe and attempt to deep fry our pancakes here. For those shy about deep frying though, you can of course simply pan fry these in a skillet for about 2 minutes per side, and you've got yourself a perfectly acceptable kimchijeon, which for what it's worth is also how you'll more commonly come across this dish in most restaurants.
Yeah,
as well.
the pan fried version is how you'll most often see
For those
this.
still with me here though, we're venturing.
I think I tried to open a water bottle afterwards and reached the muscle failure and just couldn't grip it. That checks. That checks. What's the difference between sushi rice and white rice? Sushi rice, sushi rice is a bit stickier even after it's cooked, because that way you can mold it.
So I'm
you can mold it together.
To very gently spoon in our mixture and letting it set as
Yeah,
soon as
it's short grain. It's shorter grain than just regular white jasmine rice.
Immediately cause the pancake to puff up with air, allowing for it to float like so. I'm giving this about 2 minutes per side until nice and crisp, then removing it with a spider and setting it on a dry rack to cool while we repeat with our remaining batter.
That looks really good. Honestly,
to finish, and we're ready to eat.
That looks really fucking tasty.
Okay, so
Holy
first
Jesus.
off, I'll start out by reiterating that pretty much any time that I'm feeling lazy and I don't feel like cooking, this is basically the #1 go-to dish that I make pretty much every single time. It's quick and painless. You can assemble it all in about 5 minutes. There's very minimal cleanup to do, and of course, best of all, pretty much everything that we used here are likely things that are already in your pantry or refrigerator. I've been skillet frying kimchi pancakes like this since I was in college on a hot plate in a dorm room, and it definitely still holds up. For those doing the extra credit deep fry though, I'm here to tell you that it absolutely also checks out. The egg in our batter causes the pancake to almost aggressively puff up into these wild.
Yeah, this looks really good. Oh man, this looks really tasty.
Soft, but also create all of these nice exposed edges to crisp up on the sides as well. The result is a puffy, crispy, umami-packed pancake
ask a shrimp.
that is genuinely unlike any kimchi pancake that I have ever had.
Yeah, these look really tasty. These look really tasty. Oh
took,
man.
I don't know, an extra 2 minutes to put together, and I think it makes a world of difference. The extra brightness.
Ask a shrimp they can fry rice. They should be able to tell you all about sushi. God damn it, Yashi. So you're telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
Simply with soy sauce.
That fucking meme. Oh my god, that fucking meme. God damn it. That fucking meme. I love it.